All right, adding and subtracting integers. Let's start with 3 plus 3. Easy. This is telling us where our starting point is, and we're on 3, and we're adding 3. Now, when we're adding 3, it's not just adding 3, it's adding a positive 3. So even though there's no little plus out there, there's actually a little positive there. So we're adding 3, we're going to go that way. We're going to end up on 6. No dramas at all. So you guys should be fine with that. We went that way. What if we're starting on 3? This is where we're starting. And we're going to take away 3. Now remember what I said before, even though this is a 3, there's a little plus associated with it. And in actual fact, the minus and the little plus are associated with that second number. Whatever operation is in front of the number is what's associated with that number. So we're starting on 3 and we're going to take away 3. Well, you've been doing that since you were in grade 1. So we're here on 3 and we're going to take away 3. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we ended up on 0. No dramas there. So when we're taking away a positive 3, we're going to be going that way. Now this is where people come unstuck a little bit. 3 take away a negative 3. Okay. The thing that was different initially between these two here, is that little plus and that little negative. Well, that negative is there, so it's a double negative. I'm sure you've heard when there's a double negative, it's a positive or something like that. Well, that's right. So basically, you've got this double negative. I don't know, whatever happens is a disaster, and this one falls down here and it becomes a plus. So remember that when you've got that negative and negative, it's actually meaning plus. So if I start on 3 and I'm taking away a negative 3, I'm going to go this way because it's plus. Negative and negative, they get smushed together, you get plus, and you end up on 6 again. Okay. What about this one though? This one, I didn't think about this one until before. I'm adding a negative 3. So if you're adding a negative 3, you're actually doing a takeaway. So I'm still starting on 3, but I'm going to take away 3. 1, 2, 3. Now the way I remember this is the following. If I've got two symbols, I'll just put that arrow in. If I've got two symbols of the same sort, this one and this one, because this one's positive and positive and this one's negative and negative, I'm going to be going over to my right. If I've got a negative and a positive, and I've got, here's a positive and a negative, I'm going to be going to my left. The only difference between those and these ones is your starting point. So instead of worrying about the negatives, oh my goodness, there's a negative 3 there as well. No, it's no different. It's just where you're starting. So remember, if it's a negative 3 plus 3, and we've got an imaginary little plus there because it's a positive number, you're just going to be going to the right. 1, 2, 3, and end up on 0. This one here, remember there's a little plus there. If there's nothing up there in front of that number, that means that it's take away 3. And when you take away something, you go around to the left, that way. So we're at negative 3, we go back 3. We've got a negative 3, so that's our starting point. Oh, I did a few dots apparently. We start at negative 3, and we're going to take away a negative 3. Now remember what I said before about the takeaway and the takeaway, that comes around there and it becomes an add. When we're adding something, we go to the right. So we're starting at negative 3 and we go 1, 2, 3, and we end up on 0. What if we're starting on that negative 3 and we're going to add a negative 3? When we're adding a negative 3, we're going to go back over to the left. Now, same rules apply. If I have got two symbols that are the same, I'm going to use the right colour there, two symbols that are the same, the positive and positive, then I'm going over to my right. If I've got two symbols the same, negative and negative, I'm going over to my right. If I've got two that are different, I'm going to my left. So I hope that helped you a little bit.